summit, just chill. But yeah, we definitely want to some kind of road here. Going through some video. I'm editing the Mount Defiance hike that we did with Alex, one of my really good buddies from high school. Recently we reunited on Facebook. Facebook is just an amazing site. We were able to reunite and, you know, discovered that he's actually into a lot of the outdoor stuff like I'm into, so we decided to start going on these hikes. First one we did is Dog Mountain. You guys may have watched that video. If not, go ahead and check it out. That video I actually ate an ant, which is pretty fun. But this video here, this was us testing our survival skills, our self-reliance skills, you know, after most. You know, this was supposed to be our minimalist hiking, you know, carrying the least amount of gear. But as you saw, Alex's bag, he actually carried, well, more than I did because he had a bigger sleeping bag and a little pad. But I want to take you guys on this experience and just kind of show you kind of the making of the video, how I edit, what I'm using, and I'm going to kind of give you some commentary. I think that's going to be very beneficial, especially as I get more subscribers and viewers on my YouTube channel. I like to give them more commentary so that way they're not just seeing a good video of, you know, Philippines travel or climbing or, you know, budget travel, but you're actually getting, you know, a bit of my personality as well as, you know, more behind the video. I'm actually using Adobe Premiere right now. This is actually Premiere Pro CS3. I do use CS4 for editing HD video. There seems to be some kind of compatibility issue with editing AVIs in CS4. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get some tea. My cup is empty here. I'm going to go ahead and get some tea. I'm going to go ahead and start talking about some of these different scenes, so stay tuned for that. Let's let the commentary begin. The gorge is just an amazing spot. There you can see Alex with this really, really big backpack. He told me to pack light, so I did, but he still had way more than I did. It's kind of funny. And this shot here, I really had a good time shooting this. Wanted to make it kind of scary. Lots of waterfalls. Amazing water. We're actually going to drink from this waterfall. I definitely want a taste of this water. So one of the things that you need to know that when you're drinking from waterfalls is to make sure that it's a clean source. One of the ways you can tell that is the vegetation that's growing there. Cattails is a good indicator of fresh, clean water. Obviously, if the water is moving, if you can actually see the source, be it from a stream or from a fall, then that would be the best place to drink from. So you can see here I'm grabbing with my hand in a moving area, just kind of cupping with my hand. And definitely on the way back from the summit, we passed through this area again, and Alex actually filled up his water bottle because he was just really dehydrated. Here you can see Alex is taking his time walking across. You want to be very, very sure of your steps and your movement, because one wrong move, and we are so far away from anything, I would have literally had to drive Alex's car to some kind of medical facility, or would have had to call the ambulance. So we definitely made sure to watch our steps. Hiking Mount Defiance. We should be 15 minutes or less from the summit. From what we think is the summit, we've already passed the farthest point that Alex I did my own research too. Alex had pointed out the area, and I did my own research. Looked up a topographical map. You should always have a topographical map of your location and know your directions. Like, knowing the geography of an area can save your life. Like, I knew that, you know, a particular lake that we went to was, you know, more northern or more whatever, and I knew that a certain direction would be another, you know, geological feature. So we went to the summit and then we actually hiked down to Warren Lake, which is a high mountain lake. Amazing. You see my scarf on my neck there. I'm trying to protect myself from sweating too much, and I'm wearing a thermal, so it's pretty breathable. But you can see my backpack. There's not a whole lot there. Just my regular climbing bag.
We've already passed the farthest point that Alex has ever gotten to. An amazing viewpoint. And now we're climbing an elevation. Supposedly the peak is somewhere between, I don't know, 45 and 4,800 feet in elevation. So we're approaching that pretty quickly here. Just trying to keep watching the trail markings.
Yeah, eventually we came to this service road.
A place called Warren Lake.
You can see the dot behind my head there, the orange dot. That was a trail indicator. The Mount Defiance trail indicator.
Definitely want to some kind of road here. Decided to go no straight at all.
It was so funny to see Alex.
This might be the best view of Mount Hood that we could
every so
possibly
often, like,
get.
he would change his clothes, like take off something or put something on.
Wow.
And yeah,
It's right there.
best view of Mount Hood I've ever seen in my
Like,
life.
we're so close to it. I would seriously probably camp right here.
I wanted this as a practice run for Mount Hood.
Yeah.
This is the sign for Warren Lake. And there it is. This is actually our camp spot.
One of our spots that actually might be our home for the night. Pretty sure it will be. Awesome.
Right above the valley area.
I just marked our camp, and so far I'm naming it Camp Warren.
Notice around my neck, you can see my survival necklace. I always have it with me. Here is a closer look at the lake. I really wanted to go swimming in it. There was lots of little life in the water. I imagine the water was colder, but I really wanted to go in there. I was like, you know, we should go skinny dipping in there. Well, I wanted to go skinny dipping. I don't know about Alex, but I wanted to go skinny dipping. But we just decided to go and work on our shelter.
Another wilderness tip to you. I just got done putting up my debris shelter.
I was really proud of the shelter. And this is a fire that grew from our grandfather's beard and our balsam fir resin. You'll see the making of that here in a little bit. But I was very proud of the shelter. It kept me very warm, very warm. Alex was very warm in his shelter. And my jacket there just kind of blocked the wind. Keeping an eye on the fire.
Getting these rocks warmed up. We don't know how cold it's going to be tonight. But we'll start getting some feel on there. Actually, it didn't even take that long to...
I used a magnesium bar to get it going. So watch this.
Yeah.
Can you see that green stuff?
Looks sick. Yeah.
A nice, good, solid surface. I'm actually using a ferrocerium rod. I'm not using the magnesium, just using the ferrocerium to strike. 3,000 degree flame. You can see there the grandfather's beard lit up very easily. And now I'm just putting on my very small kindling, being very gentle with it, making sure it has oxygen to breathe, because the equation of good fire is oxygen.
Grandfather's beard and the resin from a balsam fir, also known as a Christmas tree. This it has sustaining power. That it'll burn like that for at least a minute, which will give you a good time.
Because I use the resin from the balsam fir, which has many medicinal purposes as well, that resin will burn alone for at least a minute.
Good job.
Second ever made.
I was really happy with that.
And this is an all-natural fire. I use the, what is that thing? I always forget the name. It's called the Grandfather's Beard.
Alex was in the background.
As you can see, it's
his family and his brother. He's very fond of his brother. I really admire him for that. You know, it just seems like, I don't know. Some people, some families nowadays don't do things like this together, and I think that's a sad thing. We should all be spending time with our loved ones. But I was glad that he was able to connect with them and share his passion. This was one of our wilderness
There's definitely some bubbles going on.
training experiences, boiling water in plastic. Just to show you guys, if you needed to boil water in plastic to prevent dehydration, you could definitely do it. Excuse me.
Some people question it and say boil it for more.
Just make sure the flames lick the bottom.
It just depends. I haven't had
bottle.
any experiences with bad water.
And not necessarily touch the bottle, but just get it pretty close, and even coals would work even better.
So what do you think so far of the day? And now we have a shelter. Sun's going down.
Well, it's been a brutal day. Definitely lots of weight to carry on your shoulders. Hurts the knees a lot. So definitely gonna sleep like a baby tonight.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I had a pretty light pack. I packed lighter than I usually do, but it still like hurt my shoulders quite a bit. Look at that ingenuity right there. This is like part of my architectural portfolio. This is like my thesis right here. It's like you got the perfect thing. You have like the beautiful sky there. You've got a good view. You know, you got a community, people. You got a fire, so you got food. And, oh yeah, and then I just tied up that. Got my tea in there brewing. It's still pretty hot, but I took a drink from it. It's actually the bomb. It really is. This battery's dying, so I should definitely say goodnight.
Night.
Post another video on my final thoughts of that, and maybe I'll include some images, and I'll give some commentary over the images, because Alex did a really good job. His camera takes really good pictures. So I thank you guys for your time. This is Phil Bailey from Phil Bailey Photography and In Motion Travel Guide, signing out. This is the making of Mount Defiance. We defied it. Congratulations, Alex. It's a pleasure to spend that time with you, and I hope we have many more experiences like that.